Hello everybody, it's your boy NoukonNeko, your perfect virtual feline friend and purveyor of good vibes. So today, we're continuing to play some Genshin Impact and gonna be doing continuing doing the Roses and Muskets events. I was like partway in that story, probably around close to the halfway mark of it, and I'm hoping to get some more progress or even get it finished today. Yeah, because I only have so many days left on it right now. Right? Let's see. 4 days left. So yeah, I definitely want to get it done as soon as possible. So that'll be the plan for today. Yeah, I was supposed to stream this yesterday, but part of it was because I wasn't feeling too well. My weekend has been kind of hectic. Partially the reason why I didn't stream so much during the weekend as well. Right? I did stream on Monday. Did some Baldur's Gate stream with Tomei and Jay because that was kind of arranged, and I did take a bit of rest that day. But yeah, New Year's Eve definitely a lot more busy than I thought it would be. And not only that, I had a lot of other things kind of queued up that I just want to get out of the way. If you probably already noticed already, I already uploaded a video of Fate Grand Order gacha rolling video just earlier today that got released. I kind of rolled the guarantee banner and rolled for Kyoyanskia Darkness, and yeah, if you haven't watched it, you can check that out later and see how well I did. But yeah, I not only did that, but I did another rolling in another game, and other game I was kind of debating what to roll on, whether I should roll or not. There's just so much events kind of popping up when New Year's came, and I just had to kind of deal with it all. At the same time, wasn't feeling so well. I was like in the middle of setting up yesterday. You could probably tell that I was setting up. Then I was like, do I really want to do this? Maybe not this time. And I just kind of postponed it to today. But anyways, I am here now. Feeling a bit better. I'm still kind of feeling fog-brained. Is that how I want to describe it? Something like that. It just doesn't feel like I'm thinking as clearly as I normally would like to be. But since I'm not doing anything much but like watching, it's kind of like watching an anime when you do these story events, right? So it's not too bad. At least I hope not. I'm doing so far. Yeah, I still have a lot to do. I have the mini events as well, not just the story to do. But story first. Story first, then. Oh, weird. Wait into the following morning. Oh wow. You know, it's crazy because like the last time I did this, like last stream was like a whole week, right? And it has not hit the next morning. Well, maybe it did hit the next morning, but then it passed the time frame. And hey, Frozen Nova. Welcome to my stream. I think I've seen you around before. Yeah, it's maybe for you, probably just...
It's filming time again! Our schedule is jam-packed for the next couple of days, too. We've got so many different locations and sets to cover.
Yeah, maybe for you...
Anyway, let's head out and meet up with the others.
Maybe for you, it's been a while since like there was like a long period of time I didn't stream on Twitch for a while because of a policy change Twitch made, and I was like stuck between whether I wanted to stream on YouTube or Twitch. I was like, YouTube's kind of... Oh, you've been trying to join somebody. Like, I would definitely let you join if I was doing something else besides the event, but because I'm doing the event, I can't have someone join my world and stick around while I'm like continuing the event story. I mean, if you're still around when I'm kind of like winding down, then you could definitely join. But yeah, good luck on joining, people. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know, I'm pretty excited to continue the event. So I'm trying to remember what happened. It's been a whole week, so let's see. So yeah, there's been filming, right? We're filming, and with Iyaka being one of the lead role, and forgot what her name was. Yeah, I forgot what her name was, but she kind of took over the other role instead of Ayato, who was supposed to be like the older brother sibling, but now they're making like twin sisters. They're not really twins. They're just sisters. And she's like an officer trying to investigate a murder case at the same time that was very similar to the story of the movie they're kind of making right now. So that's what I remember. Okay. It's time. So where do I need to go? I need to go all the way over here. To do more filming. This is not the right place because this is underground. Thought about it as I was clicking on it. Wait. It's not actually down here, is it? I don't know, it's definitely above. Definitely up here. Okay, made it. Lone Isle, glimpse through fog. What the film and the criminal investigation progress at a steady pace over the next few days. Oh, we have a time skip. So we don't get to see the whole full story. Probably just all the crucial stuff. But I'm pretty sure the sisters have like a training arc.
We're looking to wrap with our two main ladies today. I can already smell our success.
What do you mean, looking to wrap?
It means completing the filming of all of their scenes.
Oh, aren't you the expert now?
This upcoming scene is the two musketeers' final confrontation with the Baron. There will be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed. Anyway, get ready. Lights, camera, action!
The view is beautiful tonight. It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago. And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea in the air.
Enough, villain! It's time that you pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your own father?
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish mother. In this world, Mora and status is everything. She thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions? Ah, how naive can a woman be?
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us to live a peaceful life, just like the others.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent Mother to her death. Compared to that deadly poison, the 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy.
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her. Did you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me? So let's see. What is stronger? Mora and power, or the 2 muskets in your hands?
Oh, they're pointing right there in point blank range, kind of. Oh,
There are too many of them! It'll be okay. We'll cover each other, Iris. And Mother will be watching over us, too.
it's a trial, Ayaka. Yeah. I didn't want to accidentally beat them too quick and like miss any dialogue, so I was just kind of dodging at the beginning. Ouch. And I could just use my burst to take them out all at once right here, but not as dramatic, right? It's too bad Ayaka doesn't have a musket right here. Oh, wait. Full arm user.
Drop your weapons!
Her a gun skill.
You've lost.
To think I'd lose to my own 2 kids.
We are no children of yours, and we'll never call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for? You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
We will gain our long-awaited justice.
Whenever they were able to pull the trigger.
It's over.
Finally, it's over. So, where will you go now, Tulip?
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Even I didn't expect the scene to go so well. And we got it in a single take.
Yeah, it's nice, right? Like, it feels funny because their faces are so expressive in those scenes. Like the shots look pretty great as well, the angles, and then the voice acting was done so good. It almost feels like real acting in front of us, right?
All right, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris.
Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevrolet!
Amazing performance. Great job. You've already wrapped your roles.
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer. Paimon totally understands. Paimon's not ready to say goodbye to the clapperboard either. Filming has really been a lot of fun. You were great too, Chevrolet. The way you said, long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills.
Yeah, I remember her name starting with a C. I just can't remember the rest of it. So Chevrolet. I was like, it was like the other name that popped in mind was Karen. Brenda? I don't remember how to ever pronounce her name, but the other girl with the gun and the sword, the duelist. But I was like, that's not right though. It was something similar, but not there. But caress.
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Why is she so good at this?
Oh, Paimon would have never guessed you're that type.
Who doesn't like stories where the guilty are punished and justice prevails over evil? Don't forget, I'm the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
And not only that, the captain, like, in Samaro is like a Yu-Gi-Oh player, right? I guess they all have that in common.
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she did.
It seemed like some urgent official business.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that we were able to wrap both of your parts so quickly today. Switching around the filming schedule would have been a real pain. Anyway, I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest.
That's pretty quick.
One last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider taking up full-time acting? See, I just happen to know this great troupe that's still looking for a lead actress.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Farina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Commission. I cannot remain in Fontaine to pursue an acting career. Nevertheless, I will make sure to treasure this incredible opportunity in my heart.
Oh, that's a shame. But I understand. Just let me know if you ever change your mind.
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days. Even though my part's wrapped, I'd still like to swing by and help out the crew. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, it's probably just a lot of editing left, right?
Yep, see you tomorrow!
Right, bye, Ayaka.
What should we do next? Maybe we'll go investigate the case some more with Chevres today.
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Oh, do we get a lead?
Where are we going?
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Ah. Yeah, I was hoping to see more of the story, but I think it's kind of I guess kind of obvious what's gonna happen in between. Right? All we really saw was how the movie starts and how the movie ends. Right here? This is a pretty random place.
Paimon's exhausted. Paimon definitely didn't expect having to float this far after a full day of filming. So, Chevres, why did you take us here?
Did you find a new clue?
Affirmative. It wasn't anything conclusive, but it should show us a clear way forward. Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases. After I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder, I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine.
Oh.
And then?
There was nothing remarkable about the flower or the trace amounts of soil left on it. But according to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar.
Huh. Paimon didn't know that there were different varieties of rainbow rose. Paimon just thought they grew everywhere in the wild.
Flowers that are deliberately cultivated will always show some different features from those that bloom in the wild. We already knew that the rose left at the scene belonged to a special cultivar, but with Emily's expertise, we were able to pinpoint the place where it was first picked from.
Oh, Paimon gets it now? So whoever
Nice.
first planted that rainbow rose was probably the killer.
We get all the things you need.
Precisely. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar.
Really? And who is it?
It's the novelist.
But didn't you say he had an alibi?
To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
Yeah, it's a bot. I could do is reblock it, so I went ahead and did that.
Blade embraces its
I'm
duty.
not sure if it fully works completely everywhere else, but just ignore them for now. Finally have the catch. Yeah, congrats. Fishing's definitely... Oh my god, talk about fishing. I know there's a new weapon you can get from fishing. I just have not worked on it yet. Is that the same weapon you're working on? I forgot what weapon that... He uses a bow, right? Yeah, Chai uses a bow. The new weapon I'm thinking of is... Is that a pipe? But there's plenty of a lot of weapons that I probably don't know of.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
Huh. So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without alerting the Gardamex.
Right, which is exactly why I think there has to be a special connection between him and the killer.
So, should we knock?
Just wait here for now. I'd like to take care of a number of those Gardamex first.
Oh, are we fighting?
They're so far away. How are you planning to do that?
Don't forget, Paimon, I'm actually the real-life captain of the Musketeers.
Am I sniping? There gonna be like a sniper like cutscene or like little mini game? Oh, it is a sniping mini game. Cool, the shoot button to fire out a target you're aim at. Okay. It's gonna be like a... Wait, doesn't matter which order I do it. Takes 2 shots. Wait, maybe I should aim for the shoulder? It's probably just 2 shots. I'm like used to aim for the head. Hold on. Doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, it'd be fun if she could actually do this in like with her actual character.
All clear. Let's go.
Wait! Paimon's a little nervous now that we know he could be the killer. Can we go over our plan of action again?
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
Is she a 5-star or 4-star character though?
But can't we just arrest him?
We still have no evidence that he's the killer, or that he lent the killer any direct aid. Still, it would be appreciated if you could pick a rainbow rose from his garden for me while I'm talking to him. It'll help the Marachose Phantom confirm Emily's theory.
Sure, no problem. Just be careful, Chevres.
Yeah, when I had her in my party, I had a chance to probably analyze her. I realized that at the very end that I was able to control her for that very small moment. Yeah, I have a feeling that she feels like she should be a 4-star character based on what I saw in her kit so far. But I could be wrong.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste, are you home?
Who could it be at this hour? Oh, it's you, Officer Shavras.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
I cannot confirm or deny that at this time.
So it is then.
Listen, I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Wait. Okay. I have a theory right now. So he might not be well, I wouldn't say he was not completely unrelated to the murder case. But I don't think he was the one who I don't think he's involved with the murder itself. I think he might be related to somewhat the actual killer. Because if you think about it, right? The story is about two siblings. He could be one of the sibling, and the other sibling could be the one hell-bent on revenge. Right? And then his idea that he could write a story that kind of expose the father and get justice in his own way, like kind of the right way, rather than doing the vigilante way by trying the vigilante story. So that's what I think, and that's the only person that would be close to kind of get the flower from his estate. So that's gonna be my guess.
Miss Shavras, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either. It's not time for them to bloom yet.
Oh! Okay.
He's actually gonna tell us?
By saving me the trouble, you mean...
I will confess. I was the killer.
Oh.
Huh?
But wait. He might be lying. He could be protecting his sister. Assuming that he's the older brother of the the siblings.
He just admitted he's guilty!
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
We're gonna have another trial period thing?
That.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
The guy in Fleuve Condre. Why did you kill him?
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge. I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother.
Your mother is still healthy and well.
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
So, your novel, it was like a record of your life?
Yeah, sometimes stories are really good because there's a lot of reality into the story itself, right? Some truth, reality into the story.
No, of course not. It was a work of fiction with many embellished parts. But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother. That part was 100% real.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin, an irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore. You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger. Well, as it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like that?
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
And so what? The characters in your book never gave up.
Now, Officer Shavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
What's your father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately.
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be here. I must ensure that we won't be overheard.
Fine. Let's talk here.
When I said won't be overheard, I meant by anyone. I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Wait a minute. This guy does have a sister, right? Because I could have, or a sibling. I forgot it was a sister or whether it was a brother. I felt like it was a sister, but I could have sworn there was a side quest that I did not complete, but I accidentally got pulled in. And it was like a sister trying to get her brother out of the house. And I feel like that house is this location, and it's because he's writing a book. So I still kind of feel that someone else is still involved. I mean, that was her theory too. But yeah, we can go somewhere else for now. You can have your private time.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Please stay safe, Chevres.
It's probably tough because then, like, she was a big fan of his book
Let's
too.
hear it.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
We get to listen.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then listen closely.
Or we don't.
So that's how it's all connected.
So, it seems you believe me after all.
Do you want me to go public with this?
No, of course not. At least, not right now.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything. It's been too long. Almost 20 years. Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away. Even if there might have been a solitary island of truth once upon a time, it has long sunk beneath the waves by now. Justice will never find him.
Not if you don't try.
I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice. But do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the fortress of Meripede.
Right, true.
What are you trying to say?
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves.
He's trying to get her to do the killing for him?
You want me to let you go so you may complete your revenge?
No, Officer Shavras. I know that would be impossible. No. What I'd like is for you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Emo, not far away.
Chevres sure is taking her time. What could they be talking about anyway? Oh, Paimon's worried. What if he decided to attack her?
But that's why I'm watching from far away, Paimon. I have full confidence in Chevrolet's fighting skills too. If anything, he's the one I'd be worried about.
Oh, you do have a point. Still, do you have any idea who the rich person might be? And why the novelist doesn't want us to hear what he's saying to Chevreuse?
Maybe he told her who he was. And maybe that's why she was able to make the, connect the dots. But yeah, who could it be?
Sorry to keep you waiting, you
Is it
two.
someone we know?
Hey, how did your talk go?
Did you figure out who the rich person he mentioned was?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still a few loose ends I need to tie up.
What's going on? It feels like she's keeping something from us.
I'll probably be quite busy over the next few days, so apologies if you don't see me on set.
All right, Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
Oh, that's nice. She's a 4-star Porum user. I mean, I know she's a Porum user because I just used it for a quick second, but her being a 4-star makes it easy for people to get. And that'd be nice if they're a big fan of her.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
And we're done with Act 3. Okay, so what role are we gonna play in all of this? Shall see. Luckily, that part was kind of quick, and I imagine the other parts are probably gonna be quick as well. There's only so much left to be unveiled. Oh, you just got the catch. That's what you're working on. What weapon was on Sino before?
We haven't seen Chevreuse since that night at Baptiste's place. Well, guess...
Oops. You can give Sino's... Oh, it's Sino's weapon itself, but... I see. I thought you had Sino and he had a weapon and you're going to give the catch to Sino, and then whatever weapon he had, you're going to give it to her. But you actually had Sino's actual weapon itself on someone else, I guess. Got two Sino's weapon and I was trying to go for Ayato's weapon. Yeah, this is why I'm so scared of the weapons banner. I hear stories like that all the time. Luckily, when I did roll the weapons banner, I got Yaka's weapon just in one try. Probably the only time I'm ever gonna take kind of a risk like that, that's for sure. It's way too risky to roll the weapons banner. You definitely do need to make it better. At least it should be like a guaranteed. It should be like a guaranteed how guaranteed characters are guaranteed on the second attempt. But this one you have to fail like twice before you get the guaranteed is a bit much to request.
Good morning! Hayaka and I were just talking about you.
Is Chevreuse still not joining us today?
Probably not. We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Farina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera.
We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming. You can join us, right?
Of course.
If only Chevreuse was here. I still haven't taken a photo with her.
I'm afraid that can't be helped. Those special patrol folks are like phantoms when they've got a case on their hands.
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the Two Musketeers.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too. He came forward and confessed his crimes, but gave no explanation as to why he pulled the trigger. We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work?
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our posters.
Not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has,
Sunk to an all-time low?
spread to the four corners of Teyvat.
Where the roses bloom.
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
I've been talking non-stop with the Film Association, and I'm absolutely swamped trying to coordinate the film's marketing. So forgive me for not being around more often, but please believe me when I say that I will make sure everyone's hard work gets the exposure it deserves.
Oh, seems like you've been fighting your own battles.
Yes, that's one way to put it. Oh, and before we begin the final round of filming, please allow me to finally introduce you to
Oh, I thought we were done with filming already.
the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
Wait, his name sounds familiar.
A pleasure to meet you all.
He's a rich person. Why? What's the reason why he was rich? I forgot.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
I'm also kind of a little bit shocked because I almost feel like if it's a rich person that sponsored the film, wouldn't it be funny if it's actually the father that the author was trying to kill, and that it's really ironic that he's sponsoring the whole film.
Oh, well, the situation has indeed improved somewhat.
It can't be that coincidental, right?
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it. The good news is that we're almost done filming now, and I would even say that this is the best story I've ever seen.
Is that so? I see, that's great news.
All right, now that we've gotten all the pleasantries out of the way, let's get this show on the road. We'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the two musketeers.
Oh, so they're the ending.
Right. Ayato should be here any minute.
Excellent! Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Yep, we'll be ready.
Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. If you happen to find some particularly lovely patches of flowers and grass, feel free to grab some close-ups of those as well. Ready? Lights! Camera! Action! Okay, now move the camera slowly. Try to focus on that flower. What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit.
Take a close-up shot of the flower.
Something the matter?
The camera seems to be broken. It's not responding like usual.
Huh? But wasn't it working fine for all the days before? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
Wait a minute, the camera's not the gun, is it?
All right, let's give it another try. Lights! Camera! Action! Don't tell me. This one is broken too? Veronique, do we have any other spare ones we can use?
I'm afraid we only brought these two today.
What? Then go find a workshop to get them repaired right away. Oh, and you too, Bono. Go find our spare camera in the warehouse and bring it back to the set.
On it.
Greetings, everyone. My apologies for the delay. Is something the matter, Ayaka?
It seems like there are some issues with the filming equipment today. We're stuck for the moment.
I see.
Well, let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to the makeup booth. We'll start on the next scene as soon as we get a working camera.
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have fallen off. That's super strange. It was perfectly fine just yesterday.
Well, no time to dwell on that now. Let's get back to filming. Ahem! Quiet on set! Places, everyone! Lights!
Why is this so sus?
Action!
By the way, have you heard about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have. It seems that they've caused quite the commotion in the city.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about not catching the culprit that he's about to explode.
Oh? I find that quite hard to imagine, considering how he already looks most days.
Director, we have a problem.
Oh, we're in the middle of a take! Couldn't you wait until we wrapped up this scene?
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the case has disappeared.
What?
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Mr. Bono, please take me to where the film was kept right away.
I'm coming too.
No, Yoimiya, you have to stay here. Oh. Okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene can go with Bono to look for the film. Everyone else, stay put and wrap up the scene. Unbelievable. How could all these problems happen in just one day?
Yeah, good question. There's a lot going on right now. Wasn't expecting this.
How did it go? Did you find the film?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh? In the sewers? Is the film still okay?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The others are checking now to see if we lost any specific scenes.
You scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought we had lost everything.
Yeah, that would be terrible after everybody's hard work.
I really don't want to experience that feeling of despair again.
Okay, but who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
Someone that wants to ruin the project? Somebody that's rich?
Be some competitors working on other films.
But if they wanted to harass us, why wait until the last day?
Okay, we don't have time to really look into it right now. Let's strike while the iron is still hot and wrap this thing up once and for all.
Yeah, let's finish it.
Thanks to everyone's effort, you finally wrapped the final scene. Here the unexpected situations. I can't read that fast.
Officially announced that our entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has now concluded filming.
Paimon is spent. It's so late already.
Even though the filming process proved to be extremely challenging, everyone provided valuable and unique contributions to the final product. Thank you all for your dedication and support.
And just like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of you. Really, you've all helped me so much.
All right, let's save the awards speech for later and hopefully also get some rehearsals in before the real thing. Anyway, now it's time to party! Let's all make our way to the beach and have a celebration feast so loud and fun that even the blubber beast will want in.
He's very relaxed about all this.
Paimon wants to party!
I would be kind of worried about who is trying to destroy the film so they don't attempt to do it again. Oh, and earlier you mentioned about how you set this to the opposite weapon you're aiming for. Yeah, people are like theorizing that wherever you set here, you would most likely get the opposite. The opposite when you try to roll, so that you will have to pay for this. And I kind of feel like that's a bad idea, because if you're wrong, then you're definitely not getting the weapon if you end up getting two of the wrong weapons still, and the guarantee is going to be the wrong weapon. That would just really hurt, right? But the other reason why I think this is not happening the way people are saying it is that the company themselves can get in a lot of trouble if that is true. Yeah, if there's any evidence where like people pull up all the data of all the roles and found that it's actually doing the opposite, right, in those non-pity stuff, then yeah, they can get in a lot of trouble for that. It's the reason why you have to kind of release details of all the gacha details right here is because all these regulations are kind of added to kind of protect the consumer, right? So they know what they're getting into when they're rolling, and they're being forced to do that, right? So if they're anywhere that they say is untrue, they can get in a lot of trouble. If they do things to give people better results, like, you know, the soft pity, which they don't really mention, people are not going to be angry about that, right? Because you're getting things for free. But if they're doing the opposite, where people are losing, then that's not going to be good news for them. People will complain, and people will probably sue, and they would be in trouble. So you just gonna have to believe it, right? If you really don't believe it, then you need to kind of prove. It's probably just easy to prove it. And if you're a victim, then there will be a way for you to get your money back. But anyways, let's go ahead and continue the story.
This place is hopping. Everyone's finally getting to relax after wrapping up the film. Let's go chat with someone.
And also, if it was true, then I would have a hard time getting Ayaka's weapon. But I got her on my first try, so kind of proven wrong already, kind of. At least it's a good indicator that this whole theory is wrong. Okay, yeah, let's go talk to everybody before we talk to the main two.
Have you ever seen a fireworks show, Mr. Morris? It's pretty amazing.
I'm afraid I haven't, but I'll take your word for it.
Why does this guy seem familiar? Her name sounds familiar. I still don't remember where I saw him before.
Oh, this is turning out to be quite the party.
Yeah, I understand it has own algorithms, but they mention all of that in the details, how they're different already. So they still have to be truthful.
I was thinking, if this film turns out to be a success, Could I ask the two of you to stay and be a part of my crew? Of course, I'll definitely increase the pay for next time.
I'd be more than happy to, Mr. Xavier.
Thank you for the offer, Mr. Xavier. But I've made some plans to go on a journey to the other nations once the festival is over.
Is that so? Well, then in that case, bon voyage, Miss Veronique. Please feel free to get in touch once you've returned to Fontaine.
Yeah, not only they haven't posted, but the company makes so much money that they really don't need to pull any weird tricks like that to make even more money.
Hey, Ayato! How's your work been going?
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank you for your concern.
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine cultural exchange events. So the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacities as the representatives of the Yashiro Commission.
Nice.
Oh, that's great! Then maybe Paimon will be able to find Fontaine detective novels in Inazuma from now on! Oh, wait. Wouldn't Yaimiko get upset if that happens? That would be stealing some of her business.
As long as the novels are sufficiently interesting, I don't think she'll mind.
You've got a point. She's always complaining that light novels have become bland and too predictable after all.
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine, toy making, and artisan craftsmanship.
All the goody stuff.
Wow, Paimon's getting super excited now!
When the time comes, be sure to visit and participate in all the events.
Sure will. I mean, the game's gonna force me to, whether I like it or not anyways. Okay. Are you okay, Farina?
Farina!
Deep in thought.
Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. You've both worked really hard.
Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, Paimon was getting a little tired of playing with the clapperboard by the end of it. Worst of all, Paimon started having dreams of you shouting, "Lights, camera, action!" into Paimon's ears. The actual dream can't even start until you've yelled that.
Hey, if anything, shouldn't I be more grand and delightful than your dreams? We've been through so much together, and that's how your brain remembers me?
That's not Paimon's fault. We've just used the clapperboard too much lately.
Anyway, what's most important is that we've wrapped the film. I'm pretty confident that we'll take first prize.
You mean the Farina Award?
Hey, no need to mention the official name.
Wait, now that you mention it, if we did win the prize, would Farina just get a statue of herself?
Come on, I don't need that kind of attention. Xavier can accept the reward on our behalf.
But just imagine! Farina accepting the Farina Award and holding a Farina statue.
I'm going back to my dessert now. You all can keep discussing that on your own.
A little bit too embarrassing for her. I mean, I would be embarrassed too. Yeah, she definitely have a lot of desserts. There's a lot of sweets. What do we have? I see cake. I see cupcakes. What that was called. The one that's like a tiny sandwich and cream in the middle. Yeah, I not only have trouble with people's names, I have trouble with naming names of everything. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's cookies. I don't know what the one nearest to me is, but yeah, looks pretty good. It says talk to everybody, but didn't I already do that already? Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed one person. Garlic bread. I wouldn't have thought of that as desserts,
Hey,
but
you two.
kind of does look like that.
Are you not really into these kinds of big social occasions?
Not particularly. But this is still better than Fontaine Fashion Week.
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely come flocking to your shop.
Yes, that's highly likely. As long as the film can premiere as planned.
Are you still worried about the case?
That and all the obstacles we had to face today.
You're right. It's as if all our bad luck just manifested at once.
So not only someone tried to get rid of the film, but they tried to sabotage the camera from the way it sounds.
But why today of all days? No, it's nothing. We've already delivered the film to the editors, so there should be nothing more to worry about.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris? You having a good time?
Well, you could say that. Do you happen to know when the party is scheduled to end?
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, I'd say probably not until well after midnight.
Why do I feel like he paid us to work on a project that he's sabotaged himself?
Is there something that you still have to take care of at home, Mr. Morris?
Oh, well, I'm just not a late night person, so I might take off shortly.
Oh no! Silly me. I almost forgot something super important.
Oh, what is it?
I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party, but I forgot to bring them over from the warehouse.
Fireworks, you say? Well, that's truly a pity. Sorry things didn't go as planned.
That's a funny thing for her to say. Is she baiting him? So that he would try to set the fireworks off and destroy the film?
Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris? I won't be able to fetch all of them by myself.
Oh boy.
Me? Are you sure that you can't find anyone else?
I just wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. The warehouse isn't far from here. We'll be there in no time. Pretty please, Mr. Morris. These are some of the best fireworks I've ever made. So I also want you to see them before you leave. They're stunning. I promise that they'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll never forget.
But...
It's okay. Just come with me. If we're sneaky enough, nobody else will see us leaving.
All right.
The warehouse is right over here. I moved the fireworks there in advance, so it shouldn't be too much work bringing them back.
It's still a ways away from the party.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's probably because I'm used to carrying fireworks all the time, so it doesn't feel like a lot of work to me.
It's safe for me to walk. It's gonna happen when I go in here. Or either that or we might capture the real perp, but Morris is really suspicious right now.
It's dark in here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that?
Uh-oh.
Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end, to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards. That is Eliza's pendant, the one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean? Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She forced my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
It was a blank.
I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
You only needed the confession.
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique.
Oh, I wasn't expecting her.
I should call you the second musketeer.
I knew there was a sister, but didn't think it would be a prop manager.
Wait, what's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Drop the gun, Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster?
Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
What is going on?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took place just now was staged to get you to confess the truth. But this last part is all improv, of course.
Shivers, you told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said anything about the second musketeer.
It's because even I had no way to confirm my theory until now. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? They should be on standby just outside. Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly.
On it.
So what do you think, Morris? Care to talk about what happened 20 years ago? My patience is limited, you know. Don't force me to take you back to the interrogation room. I'd wager that you wouldn't last for more than a minute in there. With the recording we made, you have no chance of winning in court. Cooperating with us now is the most practical move.
All right. I'll talk. I hired an assassin to murder Elisa. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. She was very beautiful, and after some time I fell for her. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but it wasn't long before she became pregnant. And if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance and status, driven me out of my home. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel far, far away with her.
She believed that you were truly in love with her.
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of Mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the baby. But then years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even asked if I could find some time to visit them.
Huh? 2 children? Paimon thought Baptiste was the only... you mean...
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely. Why kill her?
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were to find out about Elisa, my life would be completely ruined. I didn't have a choice.
No, you always had a choice. You just made the wrong choice. Again.
Yeah.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in front of you? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards, grasping each other's hands like a lifeline. We were so terrified that we didn't even know we could ever take a breath. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor. Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. we thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening when we finally climbed out and gathered around our mother. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
You made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light.
Not only that, we resolved to get our revenge.
And that's why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a musketeer. The man from before was also killed by me. My brother had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I knew it. It's just the sister going rogue while the brother was trying to do the right thing.
I figured as much.
You did?
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way. I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him?
Huh?
He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble it. Wanna guess how far he got? He had no idea where to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along. And as expected, the second musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
Yeah, it was kind of a giveaway.
Veronique!
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Wow. I didn't understand why he did this, right? I was like, why would you fund a film if you were, like, you're gonna be against it, right? I feel like he had everything, all the reasons to be against it. And that's why had a hunch that he was also the person who was trying to ruin it, right? But I didn't realize he did it from the very beginning just to ruin it. To ruin the particular film itself.
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that. With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as I expected.
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
As for the identity of the second musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look for an opening. And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well. Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts in the name of the crew. With that hypothesis in mind, I went back to check Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name I saw on the same page, just a few lines from his.
My brother. He trusted you.
As in, he trusted me to perform the deed on his behalf?
He trusted you to stand on the side of justice.
I am.
I thought you could do it as well. Oh, the look on your face when you told him to go to hell. I really thought you'd put a bullet in his brain. You know what he has done. Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his life living like a king in the fortress of Meripede? I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands. And you would call this ending fair? Is this what you call justice?
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told me about the truth. I wondered. I agonized over whether I should really put a bullet in his head.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocated. An eye for an eye, and a life for a life. But everyone has their own understanding of justice. If everyone were to pursue their own definition of it, there would be no more order in this world. Today, you'll kill Morris, and tomorrow, his children may come for you. The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge, as well as the destruction of order and civilized society. Fontaine is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. That is why we are the nation of justice. But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Meripede.
Chevreuse, the rest of the Special Patrol is here.
Thank you so much, Yoimiya. Letelier, Terena, please take them away.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
Justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
A lot of people in trouble.
Chevreuse.
Yeah, I do wonder what's going to happen with this case. What's going to happen to him.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew.
Are you okay? I think you made the right call if it helps.
Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about the things in life that have driven people to take justice into their own hands.
You explain everything that happened to the rest of the crew. Oh, I'm loading. I'm waiting for it to finish loading.
Who would have thought Morris would turn out to be... I'm at a loss of words. How could he have done something like this?
Yeah, I really should have figured out that, you know, since it didn't seem like there was any way anyone else could get a gun, that, you know, the person making the fake gun would be the person who was able to make a real one to kind of do the, you know, the murder of that assassin. Yeah, it's like that fact was like kind of in front of me, but I mean, I think I got most of the other ones right.
I'm just glad that you're all safe and sound. Who knew that such a labyrinth of cases would be behind this story?
Well, what should we do now? We have a finished film, of course, but should we still go ahead with the premiere?
What do you mean? Shouldn't you be even more motivated to spread the word now that you've learned the truth?
Chiori is right. I'd also like more people to see this story for themselves.
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script. Is that still acceptable to you, Miss Chevreuse?
The call is yours. We still have time to reshoot an ending if that's what you'd like.
No, it's fine as is. I like what we have for the catharsis. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal. Fiction is able to explore means of restitution that could never work in real life. Just like the real world, the world of stories also has its own set of rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially drew me to reading in the first place.
Sounds good to me. I support your decision.
What about Veronique? Will she be okay?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris. If I had to guess, they'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Meripede. I'll make sure to give Risley a heads up about it.
Oh man. If all three are going to the fortress, then those two would constantly try to kill her father, which is kind of gonna be something crazy for Risley to try to handle.
Oh, you mean that kind of heads up?
Exactly.
Right. Then the matter's settled. Now that everything's been taken care of, there's no reason for us to keep looking all gloomy and grumpy. Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow. You should join us, Chevres. You missed the first few hours of the party, didn't you?
All right. Count me in.
Then I'll wait for you over there. There's still some good news that I'd like to share with Chevres.
Traveler, Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of you.
Absolutely. See you then.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all. Is there something else you wanted to tell us?
No, I don't have anything new to share. I just felt that since you were my investigation partners, I should have another conversation with the two of you.
Okay.
Traveler, how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you were in my shoes?
I was actually thinking this heavily in my head. So, like, when that whole scene was playing out, where she was, threatening to shoot him, I knew she was gonna do it. I knew that her goal was to get a confession right there, right? Just knowing her character, when you kind of like become like a cop, right? You will have the certain belief that you want to do things the right way, and I know she was going to do that, right? If she had this whole thing of taking justice with her own hands, she probably wouldn't have been a cop in the first place and be a vigilante herself, especially if she's a big fan of the book, right? But she is able to know, the difference between fiction and reality, and know what to do, what to do the right thing in reality. It's tough because it does feel kind of demotivating when the justice system doesn't seem to be working right. Doesn't seem to be doing enough. And I do see that sometimes happen. Not only in fiction, but in reality as well. So it does get me thinking. But in the end, I think doing the right thing, what she did, was the right thing. It's still not really her who should be the one to make the decision of Morris's fate, right? But the people, and hopefully the whole people involved will make the right decision after hearing the full story. That's the whole point, the whole justice system. Yeah, I would have done the same as you.
Is that so? Well, thanks for sharing. When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come rain or shine, even when it was freezing cold. He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching the shore, especially when the water was cold.
Oh? Why's that?
Because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin, and the seawater was so frigid that it numbed my toes the moment I stepped in. I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well. You could say it was his way of educating his children.
That is crazy. I could see why he did it, but yeah, that is a crazy way to educate a kid.
That sounds awful.
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed me into the icy water.
Wow.
Chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel anything but fear and rage.
It's like Spartan training.
I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I really would die right then and there. I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. Those few minutes felt longer than my whole life up until that point. I did, however, make it to the other side. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that, nor have I ever cried again.
That way of teaching would have never worked on Paimon.
Yeah, it's tough, but once you passed it, then you do learn what was, meant to be learned from that kind of education.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right method for anyone. It's just that working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again. The anger and the helplessness.
Chevres.
But the worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims faster.
Game.
You guys go ahead. Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
Oh, am I actually really having this race? Oh, as the traveler. I guess if I had a Yaka, it'd be kind of cheating. Yeah, life is hard, but I kind of like things that feel unfair. I kind of learn to kind of accept it sometimes. You just have to. Yeah, nothing in life is completely fair. But once you get through it, the tougher you will be. Kind of like how Shepard's kind of training was for her.
Whoa, that felt good.
You are so fast in the water, Chevres. You are swimming even faster than Paimon can fly. So, about the special patrol, did you join because of your dad?
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired by the heroes I read about in stories growing up.
Oh, so it's due to your love of stories.
Of course, it was only after I joined the Special Patrol that I learned that truth is often stranger than fiction. Come on, let's walk a bit more.
It just occurred to me, this kind of almost feels like a date with Paimon being a third wheel.
I question whether the decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore in the distance.
Just kind of feels funny playing as a Yaka, because you know how she was involved in the movie with her.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me. I feel a lot better after getting all that off my chest.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Huh. We're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Huh. You're right. I didn't realize we were so close.
He really did plant a lot of flowers. It's just like how he described it in the story.
Huh? Wait. Paimon, Traveler, look! The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full bloom now.
Oh. The roses bloom. Act 4 finished. How we're doing in time? Oh. Definitely plenty of time to do the final act, which I would definitely do. Then we'll probably call it a night, most likely. But see what Travis has to say before we move on to the next part.
Even though it's a bit late, I must thank you for investigating this case with me. Not on behalf of the Special Patrol this time. It's a personal expression of gratitude from yours truly.
About your family. Yeah, I wonder how, like, her mother's like, too.
Oh, you want to hear more about my father? To be honest, I didn't spend that much time with him. He was always busy with his special patrol, so he would often return home really late at night. Some nights, he didn't come home at all. Once, he didn't come home for a long time, maybe a whole week or so. When I went out to buy food, I learned that he had become a criminal, and by extension, that made me a criminal's daughter. But we can talk about that another day.
What? Wait, did I read it right? So the dad was part of the special forces, but became a criminal? Huh? Anyways, yeah, I guess we'll learn more about that later. About the case.
I actually have a lot of sympathy for Veronique and Baptiste. I can understand the hatred they feel for their father. But that doesn't mean I'll allow them to walk the path of evil, even if it might lead to another sense of justice.
I see. So that's why they kind of believe that she would kind of follow the same path against their father. About the film, man, this case is so very close to home to her.
Films are different from the real world. They're a form of art and represent the wishes in people's hearts. I adore the two Musketeers, and I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to act the role as one. I can't wait to catch the film when it premieres in the Opera House. I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to the climactic ending.
Yeah, they definitely made the right idea to improvise her into the movie, that's for sure. Well, please take care.
Thank you for looking out for me. I'll see you at the award ceremony. I'd be very surprised if we don't win.
Yeah, I would be surprised too. All the kind of news going on, and like how like well everything was well like shot, and Miyaka's acting. What are these two doing here? You guys are probably up to no good.
Another test subject. That
Quietly now. Take flight.
Is this the house in part of the restaurant? Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens now. Okay, let's go ahead and do our time skip. Move on to the final act. Most likely is just gonna be like, oh, we won the film. Congrats. That's what I imagine. But pretty much almost everything is kind of settled at this point, right? We're gonna get see Farina win a statue of herself.
This is a day in the life.
Yeah, I think she'd be too embarrassed to get it. I'm pretty sure
I'm learning more about you.
it's gonna be Xavier who's gonna grab it instead. But I can only hope to see it. Maybe we should find some way to make him not there so that she has to grab it. No, I'm not talking about assassinating her. I'm him, but like he could be in with us, right? In it with us and pretend that he's sick or something. Okay. The venue, the film venue. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we won't get to see the whole film. If we get to see the whole film, that'd be just too crazy. Am I in the right place? I feel like the quest marker just disappeared. Oh, that's what happened. Trying to click on the waypoint, but I click on the quest instead and deselect the event. Okay, we're here. Some more time passes after that. Yep, a time skip. The film was a successful premiere, has a successful premiere, and the Musket murder case also successfully comes to an end.
Xavier, it's been a while.
Hey there, you two! Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and preparing the film for release ever since we wrapped post-production.
The award ceremony is today, right? Paimon wonders if we'll win the Farina Award.
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Farina! Oh, Paimon didn't know you were already here. You're earlier than everyone else.
I'm sure the others will also be here in no time. Xavier, if we end up getting called on stage, shouldn't you come up with a name for our crew?
Well, but we don't even know if we're going to win. I wouldn't want to jinx our chances by celebrating early.
Just open your eyes! Surely you've seen the audience's reactions to our film. We've had nothing but critical acclaim. You've also had conversations with the Opera House's operating staff, right? Didn't they want to increase the number of showings? With the mora you've made from the box office, you can now open your very own film company.
Yeah, sounds like a dream. Wait. So what happens? Well, I guess we did most of the work for free, right? But I was gonna say like, oh, what happens to, the funder got arrested, so I guess we wouldn't really get money for the movie. But it's not like we were hoping for money in the first place.
But that's all credit to my amazing crew. You've all helped to make this a reality, so I can't be the only one asked to come up with a name.
Well, give it some thought. I'm sure the crew will respect your choice.
All right, but before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit to the Fortress of Meripede?
Huh?
But shouldn't we stay for the award ceremony?
I wanted to ask you two to invite Shavraz to join us at the ceremony. She's one of the lead roles, after all. I haven't been able to find her recently, so I haven't had the chance to invite her personally. According to the papers, the culprits of the Musket murder case will be personally escorted today by the captain of the Special Patrol to the Fortress of Meripede.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Be a piece of cake for us.
Yep, just wait here, Xavier, and maybe try to come up with a few snappy-sounding names.
All right, then I'll leave you to it.
Name for the crew. Pretty bad at picking names. I wouldn't be able to help with that. Let's go ahead and I guess teleport directly down to the fortress. It's been a while since I've been here. I wouldn't have thought I'll be back here again. So we're gonna see Risley again. Interesting conversation to see between him and Charisse.
This is as far as I'll be taking them. I'll leave the three of them to you now.
Got another errand to run?
Something like that. I'm expected at a party.
Now
Well, she was gonna go anyway.
Found a new pastime?
No, it's just a special occasion.
Shavraz! Risley!
Festivals really do bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many visitors at the Fortress of Meripede.
Call it the festival spirit, I guess.
Yeah, you could say that. Even our head nurse has gotten herself all worked up preparing super deluxe nutritious shakes. Just one gulp and you'll have met all your nutrition needs.
Were you talking about work just now?
We've already finished discussing everything. So, what do you think about my heads up, Mr. Risley?
I believe I haven't yet made any promises or guarantees.
But you also didn't shoot me down. Here, how about this? You could give everyone a copy of the newspaper. Perhaps on the day when the cover story happens to, oh, I don't know, expose a certain someone's misdeeds from 20 years ago?
I suppose then a certain someone may soon find himself the most unlucky person in the Fortress of Meripede.
While another two people will soon be hailed as heroes.
Speaking of heroes, Did you two need something from me?
Oh, actually, we're here for...
You're here to invite me to the party, right? Don't worry, I didn't forget.
Ooh, then let's head back right away! See you, Risley! Happy Fontanalia Festival!
And the same to you.
Oh, hopefully everything goes well for you, Risley. See you later. Going back. Wait, I can still talk to him, right?
Please, go and enjoy the festival.
Okay, I guess he didn't have much to talk about in the first place. Alright, let's head back to the surface. Man, if we did not win, I'll be kind of disappointed. Because the whole build-up is pretty much pointing that we would win.
And the winner of the Farina Award for the first Fontanalia Film Festival is... the Two Musketeers!
I knew it. I believed.
We won! We really won!
Congratulations, Mr. Xavier.
We won? I can't believe it! I really can't thank all of you enough!
See? My takes on Fontaine's entertainment industry have never been wrong.
Now, please welcome to the stage the producer of the Two Musketeers, Mr. Xavier!
I mean, I would really hate to be anybody else working for a film in this festival, because man, like, how do you beat something like this? It's pretty much like a passion project, and
Thank you all so much for your recognition and support. While I'm up here, I would love to give special thanks to...
Time really flies, huh?
It certainly feels that way. It feels like it was only yesterday when you were teaching me to hold a musket.
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Of course! I'm very fond of this city. There are so many novel and interesting things that it's been hard to keep track of them all.
good to see that they became good friends.
But how about you? Would you be interested in visiting Inazuma?
Oh.
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but I'd be willing to consider it now.
I will be eagerly awaiting your visit. It would be wonderful if you could visit my home and enjoy a taste of our tea and desserts.
Yeah, let's keep in touch.
Did you accomplish all you came here for?
Yes. And you should visit Inazuma again sometime.
How has Ogura and her business been?
To my knowledge, she's doing quite well.
Tell her I said hi.
I certainly will.
I heard the thunderstorm has stopped.
Yes, and the war has also been brought to an end. Peace and prosperity has returned to the islands.
I quite like the sound of that. Perfect for hanging textiles out to dry.
I'd like to offer my thanks again to the entire cast and crew. Without you, I would have never completed this film, much less had the opportunity to be standing on this stage. With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures.
You know, that's actually a pretty good name.
Woohoo! That has a really nice ring to it.
Then in that case, let's please welcome all the members of Musketeer Pictures onto the stage for a commemorative photo.
Oh, Paimon didn't know we'd also be taking pictures.
Director Farina, I believe you are the most deserving person to raise this trophy.
Huh? No. There's no need. It's so embarrassing.
It's an honor the director deserves.
Yes, I agree.
Can't think of anyone better for the honor.
That you're not getting out of this.
Ready, everyone?
We're all hoping for this.
2, 1.
Musketeer Pictures!
Is she blushing? Who's good with it? This is a good photo, actually. So very detailed. Yeah, you can see how energetic Yoimiya is. I just noticed that Paimon's doing like a double peace sign. Yeah, cute. Wait. Was that a completion? Are we done? Oh yeah, we are done. Okay. Wait, does that mean my commission? Yes, oh no, it doesn't reset yet. Okay. I thought it would be funny if my commission finished for the next day, but I guess we finished it sooner than I thought we would. Yeah, how are these two doing?
Miss Yoimiya, we haven't had the chance to talk, but please accept my thanks for everything you've done over the past few days.
Yeah, I was just thinking they didn't really talk that much too.
Oh, but I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
I'm very grateful for your assistance during that special performance in the warehouse. It was always going to be somewhat risky to engage and draw away Morris all on your own. You're only a civilian and have never been trained to act in such a dangerous situation.
Don't say it like that. As the director's assistant, it was my duty to help out the crew however I could. It was an honor to help you solve the case. I have to admit, though, my heart was thumping super hard the entire time I was laying on the ground. I was scared that everyone would notice.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about that. I almost forgot that she got knocked out, but she didn't really get knocked out. She was just pretending to get knocked out.
You did great.
Oh, and before I forget, if you ever visit Inazuma, please come and pay a visit to Naganohara Fireworks. I'll make some fireworks for you. I even know what shape I'd make.
I'm guessing a musket.
Telling you now would ruin the surprise. If you really want to see it, just come and visit me.
They're hitting it off. See that she's making more friends. How are you guys doing?
Lady Farina, please allow me to take just one more photo of you. I would also love to get your autograph, just as a memento of our time together on the crew.
Hey, I've had enough of the camera flashes from when we were all up on stage.
But, Lady Farina, you are the best director I've ever met! The most photogenic maiden in all of Fontaine! This kind of lively and celebratory setting is exactly where you shine. I believe all photographers would agree. Come, the brightest star of our land! Show us your light! The camera is waiting to sing praises of your beauty!
Well, I'm flattered, but... All right, I'll humor you and try a few more different poses. But I don't have to hold the trophy, right?
Of course. You may pose however you like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. By the heavens, my luck has been beyond belief. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with it now. Oh.
I'm so glad I have her as a character in my roster. Or a contract employee? You could give her the trophy? Until Film Festival, good job. Things stand, finishing the project before a deadline is nothing but a pipe dream. Oh, she didn't finish. Sob, wailing. I'm not just in for scolding. The boss literally going to kill me. Why's that lady over there crying? Do you think she needs a doctor? I wonder if there's any professional therapist in Fontaine. Sobbing. When did you get here? Thanks for your concern, but right now, what I need is a doctor that can resurrect my dying career. I'm pretty sure that isn't something a doctor can fix. It's only a job. Worst case scenario, you can always get another one. Work is pretty important. Maybe we should help? Should we help? Random person, but I'm kind of curious to see, is this gonna give us a quest? Kinda doubt it. With how high she's made the stakes seem, she can't stand by and do nothing. Just talking about it like this won't solve anything though. Why don't you tell us more about your problem? That might be a little hard considering it's a technical issue. Now just how I can explain it. Well, first things first, my name is Helen, and I'm an engineer working for a Vantalia Film Festival's equipment supplier. I'm mainly responsible for developing audiovisual equipment. To achieve a certain effect when filming, our client requests us to develop a kind of stabilization platform that can carry film cameras while moving at high speeds. Oh, that's something in real life. These stabilization platforms also needed to be able to carry puppets that look like actors or model animals, playing the part of groups in the background. Ooh, like stealth. That way they'll be able to keep the camera fixed on the actors while moving at high speeds, or save them from having to splash out the cash to hire hordes of extras. On top of that, they insist that each platform had to be less than a third of the cost of a camera, and that's its lifespan had to be at least 30 years. Woof, and all these requirements. How is anyone that picky? Even for a master craftsman, producing something cheap but durable that works well is nigh impossible. I managed it. Oh! After all, the customer is always right. We even had frustrated clients before, and I've nearly run myself into the ground trying to satisfy them. Then why is she crying then if she made it? Then what's got you in such a huff? The problem is I don't have anyone to test it. I created the product, but unless I can get it tested, the project can't be considered complete. All the testers who have basic grasp of the mechanics or physically fit enough have already been employed by the Fontalia Film Festival for more important work. If the client receives a product that hasn't properly tested, undergone proper testing, it turns out that there's something wrong with it. I'll have the cost of 10 times the original payment amount in the compensation. Ooh, yeah, that is rough. All I can do is hang around and try to sell our products while I look for some outside assistance. Even if it means I end up losing money on the contract in the end, so be it. After all, it was my boss that signed the agreement with the client. But I'll be the one on the hook if we have to compensate them 10 times the value of the contract. Come this far, we might as well tell us what testing involves. I just realized that this is all part of a mini game story. That's right. As long as nothing's too complex, perhaps we could handle some of the simpler stuff. It might not sound difficult, but it's harder than you think. To confirm how the stabilization platform performs when running at extremely high speeds, I set them to avoid anyone who gets too close mode. The tester has to run after stabilization platforms within a specified area and chase as many platforms as possible into the target area as quickly as possible. Oh. For someone with poor stamina like me, chasing a stabilization platform more than a few steps is enough to make them collapse from exhaustion. Just a bit of running around. Now that you described it, I was positive there'll be a piece of cake. Just a few machines, just you wait. We'll be hot on their tails in no time. Might even end up overtaking them if you're lucky. Testing limits and that sort of thing is a walk in the park. For real? What? Genuinely? You're actually serious? Then I'll pay you, please. The commission. We won't say no to that, but under the circumstances we accept too much of your money, our conscience wouldn't forgive us. Just pay us however much you usually pay your testers. Miracle workers. That's what you are. Not just doctors, but miracle workers, here to resurrect my dying career. The testing site is an empty domain near the city. Well, I'll leave it to you two then. You have my undying gratitude. After this many years in business, finally a bit of luck. The boss won't be killing me tomorrow after all. After you finish the work, maybe you should consider switching bosses. Yeah, that's a really tough position to be in. And that was one of the mini quests. Okay, I guess all these stands are mini quests that I should probably avoid for now. Saving that for later. I'll talk to anybody that isn't part of a stand. I'm missing some arena. What's a Yaka? I mean, not the Yaka that they just resetted. Not the Yaka that I'm controlling, but the story NPC Yaka. And Yato, are they still not around? That's right. The Halloween customs are still going on. Well, they're gone. I think they already left already. Yeah, I think they're gone. I don't see them. Unless I'm blind. I kind of thought they would still be here. Okay, well, oh well. That's pretty much it for the event story. It's just the mini games left, and I still have plenty of time to get them done. But usually the mini events don't take long to do. But it is kind of the time I should usually stop streaming anyways. So I most likely will stop here, and I'll probably handle all of these mini game stuff tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I can get it all done tomorrow. Then I think after that, it'll be the weekend again. Man, the days just go by quickly. I feel like I never had enough time to stream, but that might be all I stream for Genshin for now. I kind of wanted to also try to cover Navia's character story, but I might not have enough time. Like, unless I get all the mini games done in 1 hour, then maybe I could start it and finish it tomorrow. But not, if not, I might have to wait until the next stream event to do it. I mean, it's not like it's going anywhere anyways. It also depends on how much more stuff appears in the streaming event. Okay, let's see. What do I do with the rest of my resin? Minigames would take an hour and a half-ish. Okay, yeah, that almost sounds like it's gonna take the whole stream, but well, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and condense these. Save it far for the next time I get together with my friends to get dailies done, and I think we're gonna go ahead and end it here. So yeah, that was a really good story. Like I was kind of predicting things pretty well, right? Most of our predictions kind of came true. There was like a couple of details I missed on like who the second musketeer was. But yeah, I really enjoyed the story. The story always surprises me in some kind of way, somewhere. And it was just also really well executed, right? Not just the story itself was like good, but the execution was done really well. So this is always the reason why I come back and keep on playing Genshin. Just for moments like that.
How greedy of me.
So yeah, we at least have one more Genshin session tomorrow, and most likely the weekends again I'll be focusing on group collabs, bit of border skates, maybe some Lethal Company, and that's what you guys can expect for the next upcoming stream. So for those that are still there, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the future. I'm gonna go ahead and get some well-deserved sleep, so you guys have a good night. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.